Hello, it's me again, and we're going to be reading from the Bible today, and we're going to be covering King James Version of Genesis 18. We'll have three parts to it of Abram's celestial visitors. Sarah laughs at the promise. Neighbor begs for salt. Okay, let's go ahead, dive right in. And the Lord appeared upon him in the plains of Merom. And he sat in the tent door in the heat of the day, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and lo, three men stood by him. And when he saw them, he ran to meet them from the tent door and bowed himself toward the ground and said, My Lord, if now I have found favor in thy sight, pass not away, I pray thee, from thy servant. Let a little water, I pray you, be fetched, wash your feet, and rest yourself under the tree. And I will fetch a morsel of bread, and cover your hearts. After that you shall pass on. For therefore are you come to your servant. And they said, Do so as thou hast said. And Abram hastened into the tent unto Sarah and said, Make ready quickly 3 measures of fine meal, kneal it, and make cakes upon the hearth. And Abram ran up to the herd and fetched a calf tender and good, and gave it to the young man, and he hastened to dress it. He took butter and milk and the calf which he had dressed, and set it before them. And he stood by them under the tree, and they did eat. Sarah laughs at the promise. And they said upon him, Where is Sarah, thy wife? He said, Behold, in the tent. And he said, I will certainly return upon thee according to the time of life. And lo, Sarah thy wife shall have a son. And Sarah heard it in the tent door which was behind him. Now Abram and Sarah were old and well stricken in age, and it certain to be with Sarah after the manner of woman. Therefore Sarah laughed within herself, saying, After I am waxed old, shall I have pleasure, my Lord being old also? And the Lord said upon Abram, Therefore did Sarah laugh, saying, Shall I of surely bear a child which am old? Is this thing too old for the Lord? At the time appointed I will return upon thee according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son. Then Sarah denied, saying, I laughed not, for she was afraid. And she said, Nay, but didst laugh. And the men rose up from there and stood toward Sodom. Well, we just go right into Abram begs for Sodom. And the men rose up from there and toward Sodom, and Abram went with them to bring them on the way. And Lord, shall I hide from Abram the thing which I do, seeing that Abram shall surely become a great and mighty nation, and all the nations of the earth shall be blessed in him. For I know him, that he will command his children and his household after him, and they shall keep the ways of the Lord, to do just and judgment, that the Lord may bring upon Abraham that which he hath spoken to him. And the Lord said, Because the cry of Saul and glory is great, because their sin is very grievous, I will go down and see whether they have done altogether according to the crying of it, which is coming upon me, and if not, I will know. And the men turned their faces from them and went toward Sodom. But Abram stood yet before the Lord, and Abram drew near and said, Wilt thou also destroy the righteous with the wicked? Perhaps there be 50 generous within the city. Would thou be desire not spare the place for the 50 that are within, that be far from 3 to do after this manner, to slay the righteous with the wickedness? The righteous shall be also the wicked, that be far from thee. Shall not the judge of all the earth be right? And the Lord said, If I find Sodom 50 righteous within the city, then I will spare the place for their sake. And Abram answered and said, Behold, I have taken upon me to speak to the Lord, but am dust and ashes. Peradventure there shall be 5 of the 50 righteous with thy destroy of the city for a lack of 5. And he said, I find that 40 and 5 I will not destroy. He said upon him yet again and said, Peradventure there shall be 40, there shall I not be it for the forsaken. And he said upon him, O let the Lord be angry, I will speak. Perhaps there shall be 30 be found. And he said, I will not do it, for I find 30 there. And he said, Behold, now I have taken upon the Lord. Perhaps there shall be 20 found there, and I shall not destroy it for their sake. And he said, Oh, let the Lord be angry, not let the Lord be angry, and I will speak but this once. Perhaps there 10 shall be found, and I will not destroy it for the 10's sake. And the Lord went away as soon as he left communion with Abram, and Abram returned upon his place. Well, this ends Genesis 18, and it looks like Abram's a smart man. He whittled it down to 10. See if the next chapter, see if he destroys it or not. Finds a 10. Well, you have a good day, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. Bye.